I'm trying to get back onto a regular schedule here. It still might be a little bit before I can get back to the daily uploads, but I'm on leechess.org. I'm going to play a little bit of Blitz today, trying to get everything back kind of in order. It's a brand new year and a new Grandmaster. Come on, man. I'm just trying to do my thing, just trying to get back into the swing of things, and you hit me with a Grandmaster right off the bat. All right, let's duel it out. This is the weird Jobava strange transition into a elephant gambit. Really weird sideline, but it's a fun one, and a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. So let's see how a Grandmaster actually handles this interesting variation that you can play against 1e4. On the knights, main idea is that if you swap, I take, and if you give this check, I can move my king out of the way, avoiding white being able to trade anything. And my opponent's taking a think here. Really going deep in the tank, which I guess is a very good sign. He's maybe also considering moves that are not so good, but seem very tempting. Knight c3 is, I guess it's a mistake. It's not like the most accurate move, but it's a very common way for white to play. And here, there's a lot of ways for white to go wrong. Both of these, like, semi-logical looking moves are not quite right. So I actually have an amazing position here. And this does not work, and I should know why. Some combination of here and taking wins. So it must be take here. You cannot trade queens because I take here, and if your queen takes here, probably I take on g2 or something. And if here, I'm winning material. So I should be winning. And I've had this many times. Stuff very similar to this. There's here. Or there's here too as well. This makes a lot of sense. But I'm going to take here and take back this way. So I'm up a pawn and should have a very active position. I'm attacking the f pawn. f3, I can move my knight in. Should be very pleasant. I'm up a minute. Oh, let's go. Let's see if we can get a GM scalp here. It's not always easy. Sometimes these tough guys, they find a way to trick you. Okay. Attacking here and here. What's happening? I'm taking all your pawns. It's very good. Rook, amazing. Knight, doing some serious good. If he gets attacked, I'm going to need to decide where I'm going to move away. Possibly back to c4. Maybe it's just as good as going to a4. This rook might somehow one day be able to get active. Just a little. This rook is coming in. So this is where it pays to be a little bit accurate. I'm going here, and my next move is here. Like, if he takes this, I'm going to start giving pawns away. I'm up a lot of material. So I think I can simplify, because now I'm taking one of these pawns, and I'm going to have this long-term majority here on the king side. And I'm a simple man. I'm playing a Grandmaster. I want to keep it easy. Let's trade off all of the pawns and get into some position where maybe I'm just up 3-on-1 on one side of the board. That'd be great with me. Okay. Okay, so he's going to rely on the A pawn, which makes some sense. Can threaten some mates. Threatening mate, and then I'm also going to get my other rook active, assuming that he guards the back rank. And now all of a sudden, it is I that should hopefully make some threats. Threatening mate. Let's go! Taking down a Grandmaster with this very fun line. And this actually is something that is a relatively common thing that you can get against this line. So let's analyze this real quick because I thought this was really cool. After he takes here, obviously this is like the normal Petrov, where most people will be playing d6. Obviously, you can play the Stafford gambits. d5 is another very interesting gambit that you can play. And after takes, you take back with a queen. This is the most common way. Let's give Lichess a chance to catch up. And then most people are playing knight f3 in the master's database. I guess that is true as well. There's knight f3, there's d4. I have covered this in another video. I'll leave a link. But after knight to c6, you take. Computer says this is all fine. Knight to c3 actually is the top computer move. But now after bishop to b4, threatening to win material here on c3, it's very often that people make mistakes. You can see the computer is pointing out queen e2, and maybe white still has some advantage. It's not nearly as possible, and I always seem to face either bishop to d2, which you're going to face 72% of the time. I also face queen to f3 kind of very often, and this is like one of the normal ways that people go wrong, because now if you castle, you're just threatening to put a rook on the e-file. Queen is keeping an eye on this g-pawn. Everything is kind of going well for black. And after queen to f3, which seems perfectly normal, you do run into a lot of trouble with white immediately. The other options are bishop to e2, which I see quite regularly. But the point is you just take this guy, and after this guy goes here, for example, you can move your queen away, and you get a very excellent position this way with black. So everything should be working out for you. There's just a couple lines you want to know. Here, you play rook to e8, totally winning. It is bishop takes, and after this recapture, you go here, and you're winning. Most people I think I've faced in this exact position after recapturing have played f3. And you can actually see, this is actually kind of cool. 95% of people play f3. This is the only move that I've ever seen here. It's a little bit less accurate because it allows you to either take right away, or you can just start taking this guy, allowing something like this, where I guess the best move is not even to capture, it's to start getting all of your rooks into the game, which is very interesting. But all of this is very good for black. My opponent found the best move in this position, so I had to come up with something else. I could go here, allow g4, and then only after, I don't know, some recapture, take here, everything is probably good for black. I decided to take and go here, and white has this serious issue. Now, how cleanly did I actually convert this game? I brought my knight in. So far, we are doing great. This is all like top computer moves. Going to a4 maybe was a little bit more accurate. We let him come in, and I decided to defend this pawn, which is not as accurate. I'm a little bit worried that if I let him go here, he's going to start taking all of these guys. But I guess I can go here, and on rook takes, I would have rook to f8, pinning. I'd miss this idea. This simplifies and makes the game actually a lot easier if it happens to go down this line. Okay, so that's a cool thing that I could have spotted. Instead, I did decide to defend my pawn and simplify quite significantly. Oh, this is great. Yeah, okay, and now around here we should be winning. Once he relieves kind of the pressure on my f-pawn, I feel like I'm going to start getting in. I'm going to start making threats. This all was beautiful stuff, so if you like that, make sure you subscribe.